Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Behar. The question of the week is, what does it mean to be free? So in this week's Torah portion, we learn about someone becoming a slave, and they have to work for 6 years, and in the 7th year, they go out free. So the Zohar says that when someone's a slave, you're exempt from doing mitzvot. So the Rebbe's father explains, what's the idea that when someone is a slave, they don't have the obligation to do mitzvot, and when they become free, they do the mitzvot. The Rebbe's father explains, and he says as follows: 6 years is referring to the 6 emotions. When someone is run by his emotions, how can you be connected to Hashem? What is freedom? What does it mean when you go free? So let's look at the word chafshi. Chafshi is spelled ches, pei, shin, yud. So the Rebbe's father explains, ches, if you count the spheres from the bottom, from Malchus the way up, so what is the 8th sphere? The 8th sphere is Bina. So 8 is Bina. Pei is 80, which is Bina to the 10th power of 10. So the first 2 letters in Chafshi is Bina. Shin is 300, but you count on a small scale, it's 3, and you count from the highest sphere, Keser, Chacham, Bina, it's the 3rd sphere, again Bina. What is Yud? Yud is connected to Chachma. So what does it mean free? The Rebbe's father explains beautifully. Freedom is when you're operating with your Chachma and your Bina. Moichin the godless. When you think before you behave. That is real freedom. So while you're a slave, which means you're operating on your emotions, that's slavery. What does it mean freedom? When you're operating based on your intellect. The Rebbe says 1 second. But the fact is, we know that a servant has to do the mitzvot. So what does it mean a servant's exempt from mitzvot? So Zohar gives the example like putting on a yoke. The Rebbe explains beautifully and says like this: no, a servant has to do the mitzvot for sure. We're talking about the component of mitzvahs where you accept upon yourself the yoke of Hashem. When a person's a slave, it means you have the yoke of your master, so you can't have the yoke of Hashem. So what he means doesn't mean you're exempt from technically doing the mitzvahs. Mitzvahs you have to do, but the mitzvahs component of accepting the yoke as someone that has a slave, that's a slave, cannot go ahead and accept upon himself the yoke of Hashem. So in other words, to answer the question, what is real freedom? Real freedom is when you operate with Chachma, Bina, and Das, when you meditate and you connect to Hashem on a high level of intellect, and your emotions follow, and you have full connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So this week's class is dedicated to the memory of Baruch Ben Ari Leib, Shlomo and Yosef, Rachel Baslipa, Tzina Basara. May their souls be elevated by Torah we're studying in their memory. For more information, please see our website, Chabadist.org. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.